Hello, my name's Olivia Centrelli, and recently I interviewed the Mama varsity football coach and teacher, Coach Diaz, about his background. Here are some of his replies.
Did I always want to teach? No, I did not always want to teach when I graduated from high school. My plans were not to teach or coach. I was planning on going into the military. I decided not to do that and changed gears when I went into college and got into education and coaching right away, actually, 2 years after graduating from high school. If I wasn't teaching, what could I see myself doing? I've always loved the culinary arts, so maybe owning a restaurant would be something I would be interested in doing. I teach phys ed and health at Mawa High School, grades 9 through 12. Some of my favorite activities are fitness and weightlifting, just because no matter if you're an athlete or a non-athlete, both of those activities will help that person stay healthy throughout the course of their lifetime. So some things that go into teaching that others don't always see is the adjustments and the modifications you have to make for each student, because every student is different. Every student learns differently. Every student has different strengths and weaknesses, and so just adapting, what you're trying to teach to help that student learn are some of the things that people don't notice or see when they think about a teacher. Are you involved in any additional activities in Mall High School? Yes, I have the weight room open after school two seasons out of the year when I'm not coaching football. I also am an advisor for the Fellowship of Christian Athletes Club that meets here on Fridays, and that's just a club that athletes of all different sports come in and share their faith and kind of support each other in their different sports throughout the seasons at Mall High School. A piece of advice that I would give to students at Mall High School is to not wait and not waste time. A lot of people think they have lots of time, and they always think they'll get around to things, but the truth of the matter is that high school experience goes really fast. And so I tell freshmen right away, you think you got all this time on your hands, but you really don't. You want to get great grades and start thinking about your future as early as freshman year, so that you're heading in the right direction when you graduate from here. If I couldn't teach phys ed or health, I would definitely teach mathematics. It was always a strength of mine in school and came easy to me. So I like angles and how they apply to sports, and teach my athletes using angles. And algebra and calculus were always some of my favorite classes at Mall High School. The subject that I currently teach, phys ed and health, was not something I thought I'd be teaching, but definitely something that I loved as a student here. I loved fitness. I loved working out, and I just never saw myself teaching it when I was a student here. But I was a student here and graduated in 2001 was my senior year, and I got into coaching in 2003. So this will be my 20th year coaching. A fun fact about me is that I've actually taught phys ed in every single building in Mawa, in the district of Mawa. I started out doing my student teaching internship at George Washington. I did a maternity leave in Joyce Kilmer. I did a long-term sub position for phys ed at Betsy Ross, and then I worked at Rampur Ridge Middle School for 5 years or 6 years, and while I was there I would do part-time classes once a week teaching phys ed and health down at Lenape Meadows. And then once I became head football coach here at Mall High School, I came up here, and I've been here for the last 5 years. So that's all I got.
A huge shout out and thank you to Coach Diaz for participating in my interview and coming up on his 20th year of coaching. I just wanted to say I wish you nothing but success in this upcoming season.